Welcome, everyone, to the NUSAI Health Community. This initiative, brought to you by the Alice Lee Center for Nursing Studies, ALCANS, at the Yon Luoline School of Medicine, National University of Singapore, NUS, is part of the NUSAI Community of Practice, NUSAI-CA. Our primary aim is to educate healthcare professionals on the application of artificial intelligence, AI, in healthcare. This project is funded by the NUS Center for Teaching, Learning and Technology, CTLT, Teaching Enhancement Grants, TEG, FY 2023/2024. Within our learning community, we offer foundational AI knowledge and skills tailored specifically for healthcare professionals. We also promote collaboration and share AI-integrated teaching plans for healthcare education among local and international participants. Allow me to introduce the dedicated members of the NUSAI Health Community who contribute their expertise and enthusiasm towards leveraging AI for the betterment of healthcare. We also extend our gratitude to NUS Center for Teaching, Learning and Technology, CTLT, for their invaluable contributions towards funding and publicity, which have been instrumental in making our community thrive. But that's not all. Brace yourselves for our monthly webinars featuring expert speakers delving into AI and its myriad applications in healthcare industry and education. Additionally, our platform serves as a hub for learning resources and event updates, ensuring you stay updated of all the latest developments. And if that's not enticing enough, our YouTube channel hosts a wealth of training courses focused on AI in the healthcare industry and education. Don't miss out on the opportunity to be part of this dynamic community. Subscribe to our channel at NUSA Health Community and visit our website to stay tuned for exciting updates on our upcoming events.
Good morning, educators, researchers, and interested participants. I hope you can hear me. Welcome to webinar organized by NUSAI Health Community, National University of Singapore. This community serves as a platform to share the application of artificial intelligence in education and research. My name is Piani Yobash, and I am the main facilitator for the community, and I will serve as a moderator today. So please note that today's webinar will be recorded, and the recorded video will be posted on our social platform, including NUSAI Health Community website, Instagram, and YouTube. For today's webinar, the topic is text-based conversational agent or AI chatbot in education. I am pleased to introduce our speaker, Dr. Chenadu Wilfred Okonkor. He holds a PhD in computer science from Northwest University, South Africa. Currently, he serves as an academic program manager in the IT faculty at Eduvos Institute of Higher Education, South Africa. He possesses strong innovative skills, particularly in developing educational tools such as AI chatbots. His research focuses on artificial intelligence, AI in education, computer science education, and technology adoption. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Chenadu Wilfred Okonkor. So Doctor, please.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And hello, everyone.
Hello.
I hope everyone can hear me.
We can hear you. Yes.
Sorry, permit me to share my screen.
All right, now we can see the screen.
Okay.
So by the way, it's the 3 a.m. in South Africa. It's early morning here in Singapore. So thanks for, joining us today.
So thank you so much. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry for the starting late. I know the audience, you have been waiting. Actually, we don't intend to make it late, but some unforeseen circumstances just occurred. But thank God that we were able to manage it. So we are about to start now. So thank you so much. First, I just want everybody to have a little thought already. Our topic we are going to discuss today is AI chatbots, text-based conversational agents in education. It's an interesting topic because it falls within the emerging technologies and what we are using day to day. See, so first I want us to look at my screen, have a thought. Imagine a classroom where students receive instant feedback, 24/7 academic support, and personalized learning experience without increasing a teacher's workload. It is not a distant dream. It's not a magic. It is the reality. AI chatbots transforming education today. What does it mean? AI chatbot is a tool that facilitates a personalized, instant feedback and quick response to educational activity. Previously, this is very hard to achieve, but now classrooms are just like in our smartphone, in our laptops, in our computers. So making it for us to have access, 24/7 access to whatever we want in terms of our learning activities. This happens both for educators and students. So this will take us now, when we are talking about this AI chatbot, what does AI chatbot mean? It was said text-based conversational agent. We're having three words: text-based conversational agent. This simple a software application designed or created by humans to support the learning activities. Chatbot system is an application we design to support our learning activities. How? Conversational, where there is, it operates in form of question and answer. We all know that artificial intelligence is all about a system that mimics human understanding. What do I mean? It's a system created to act as a human. Meanwhile, it's not a human. AI chatbot is part of it. What does it do? It relates to you. So I'm talking to you now. You ask me a question, I'll reply. Chatbot, you ask a question and you receive an answer. As if you are talking to a human. It will be able to give you an accurate answer. It will be able to provide an accurate or educative feedback to you. So when we are talking about conversational agents, we are talking about a software application that was created to interact with human as if you are getting a response from a fellow human. It has been situated in different areas: healthcare, education, business. You will see chatbot on it. If you go to most of the websites, you will see a chatbot situated there. It provides you an instant answer, 24/7 answer, personalized learning system. So this is what we are going to look into today. So moving forward, we ask yourself, when we are talking about AI chatbot, when we are talking about conversational system, what are the key functions of this system? What does this system do? What do we use it for? Then we'll look at learning assistant. Chatbot can provide students with the learning content. It can help students attempt to their homeworks. It will help students attempt to their quizzes. It will assist students to study on their own anytime. That's when it becomes a tutor or a mentor. It can provide one-on-one responses, answers to anything you want the student to learn. It will provide you feedback mechanism. I'm talking about the functionalities of chatbot. It collects input from you and provide you with feedback. If you want a course content, if you want assistance to your assignments, if you want answers to your scheduled activities, if you want direction within the campus where you're going, chatbot has capability of doing that. But one thing you have to understand here, that chatbot is not one fits all. We're going to get there. But the fact there is that it is an application that has that functionalities to provide assistance, virtual assistance to humans, irrespective of where you are, irrespective of the time. It helps you in terms of education to prepare your exams. Chatbot helps you to prepare for your exams. It has enriched content. It has all your module or subject content integrated into it. It has, assuming you mix any class, and that module has been integrated inside that chatbot. You can refer to the chatbot to get those necessary information, to get those necessary contents. Then, in terms of administrative aid, chatbot provides immensely administrative support. How? A system created, integrated to answer student queries. Chatbot can provide you the list of qualifications offered in a particular faculty. Chatbot can assist you, provide you with the requirements, entrance requirements. Chatbot can provide you with information of the faculty member you can reach out to at any point in time. All those as administrative attacks you find, or you need, or you do, Chatbot can assist you on doing that. Assuming you are a receptionist, student will walk into the campus and then ask you, oh, I'm looking for the Faculty of Health Sciences. With Chatbot, student will ask the Chatbot, please, where is health science? Is Chatbot with capability of directions or locations will do what? Route that student to the appropriate place the student suppose is looking for. We'll give you the direction. So even most of the times, you know very well that during the enrollment, during the when the new students are coming, trying to apply for admission, you will receive a lot of calls. You offer this this course. How much does it cost me? You see, what are the requirements? You know, a lot of calls do come, but recently, the introduction of chatbot in education has helped to take over these activities. No longer should a student come and queue on a line, waiting for an administrator to attend to him. So chatbot has all those functions integrated in it. So these are the key functions of a chatbot, just to mention a few. Then you ask yourself, this system with all these capabilities, with all these functionalities, why is it needed in education? What is important in education? See, I want to allow you to pause and think. My question is now, is this system important in education or not? Just give you a few seconds to think about that. Is chatbot important in education from your own understanding, from the explanation of what chatbot is or not? Well, the answer is yes. Chatbot systems are very important in education. One, they provide you 24/7 availability. What does it mean? See, you can access or get any help at any time, irrespective of where you are, through the help of a chatbot. You are a student. Student has so many, not only students, even educators as we are. You have your time, you are busy, you can maybe you sleep, wake up in the midnight, you want to work. By that time, you cannot reach out to your educator, you cannot reach out to a lecturer. as a student. As an educator, you won't be able to reach out to any of the colleagues because it's late. What do? You engage a chatbot to extract any content you need, if there is one. So you provide it 24/7 personality. Looking at personalized learning, it makes you to learn at your own convenient time and learn what you want to learn at that particular time. Assuming you went to a class as a student and your lecturer treated a topic, and that topic you are missing some things, you do not understand some things. The way this particular student understands things is not the way another person understands. At your reading time, reading hour, reading period, it's okay, no, I didn't understand this section. And you have a chatbot that has all those contents. All you need is to ask the chatbot that question. Can you please explain this section to me? And the chatbot will do what? Provide that section to you. Meanwhile, if I'm asking this particular question on this topic, and that person might be asking another question, it's no longer when we have to wait and listen the repetition of what you know. It is the time you have to hear what you want to hear, learn what you want to learn at your own convenience. That's personalized learning. It facilitates personalized learning. And that is what modern education is required. That's what modern education requires. And chatbots help us to facilitate that. Chatbots help us to do that. So, excuse me. So administrative tax support, I've talked a lot on it, how it will help you as an educator, as a student, to reduce some tax, to manage your activities. You can give students assignments, you can schedule their deadlines, everything. Students don't need to come to you and ask you, what time, what is the deadline? What are the requirements? What do you want us to do? They can easily go to this chatbot, interact with chatbot, and get their required answers. Students don't need to come to you and say, what are the subjects I need to do in this module? They can go to chatbot and ask chatbot, look, what are the subjects I need to do in this semester? That will be provided for them. Students can ask chatbot, look, I've done these 5 subjects, I passed them. Is there any other one outstanding? Chatbot will check and say, no, you still have 1 subject outstanding. So these are administrative supports. Instead of the students running to you as the educator, as the lecturer, or an administrator to begin to ask you questions, that will go straight to the chatbot. Remember, we say that it's a conversational agent. And the one thing we need to understand in the use of chatbot is, although it is consistent in providing its feedback, you also need to ask the right question. What I mean the right question? You need to give the chatbot the correct prompt for it to give you the correct answer. In terms of scalability, it's a system that can simultaneously assist many students at the same time, because it is a multi-access system. 100 students can be asking questions to a chatbot, and chatbot will be providing that feedback at the same time. So it can handle a large class, even no matter how large you are. Even if it's a distance learning online classes that have people so many places, as you ask your question, chatbot will respond to you. Another interesting aspect of it is improve engagement. What does it mean? The use of chatbot in education facilitates student participation and motivation. Why? Because students can make use of it at their own convenient time. And because it is easy, accessible, students can sit at their comfort of their home or anywhere they are in the park and use their smartphone and begin to chat with chatbot as if they are chatting with a friend on a WhatsApp. Meanwhile, that student is what? Reading his contents, studying. And because student is the one operating that phone, it increases that engagement because it needs that student attention. It needs the student attention. Talk of instant feedback, which I've explained. Immediately you send out your question, you receive your answer. Yes. This is what chatbot does. Let you send out your question, you receive your answer. So when you talk of chatbot, why chatbot in education? You think of availability, personal learning, administrative support, scalability, improve engagement, and instant feedback. It is good that we understand types of chatbots. When you talk of chatbots, there are some examples of chatbot being actively used in education. You can think of something like Python bots. Python bots is a chatbot that do what? It helps users to learn Python programming, like what I've been explaining. A full module is integrated in this bot. Students can have access to the content, exploration of content, even access to send an email to their lecturers. For any, when they are studying on their own and they need some explanation, they can send an email to a lecturer, which at his own place, at his own time, can provide response to them. This boat was so helpful during the COVID. When students were learning at home, we have to create this boat to assist students provide them with the learning contents, provide them with detailed explanations, provide them with the guidelines how to study, and they make use of it and successfully complete their modules. Another one is COVIDBot. COVIDBot is another chatbot. What does it do? During the COVID, there's a lot of restrictions. It do what? It provide assistance, administrative assistance. Imagine that a lot of students will be at the gate. You need to screen who is going to come in, who is not going to come in. Are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated? How can human beings do it? But through this board, you put in your registration number and it will come out if you are vaccinated or not. It will show you. Another one, IBM Watson Tutor. It offers personalized tutoring by analyzing student progress and learning style. And it will advise you on a way forward to improve your learning experience. So another one we know that is very common now is ChatGPT. Everybody uses it. That's a chatbot. It provides a prompt and it provides an answer. So these are examples of chatbot. When you talk of chatbot, these are where you can experience what a chatbot is. And now we'll talk about what is the benefit of this system to education. We're talking of chatbot, we're talking of systems. What is the benefit? What gain do you get from it? As an educator, what are you getting from it? How do you think it's supporting the students? Like I said before, accessibility. AI-Chatbot provides 24/7 access to learning materials, allowing students to seek help anytime, regardless of location or time. This supports multilingual communication, enabling students from diverse backgrounds to receive assistance in their preferred language. For instance, a student preparing for an exam late at night can use their chatbot for studies. Another interesting benefit is consistency. What is consistency? AI-Chatbots deliver uniform, the same response to frequently asked questions. So if you ask a question to this chatbot, it gave you an answer. If I ask that question, he gave me the same answer. If another person asked that question, he gave the same answer. It is consistent. Ensuring that all students receive the same accurate information. For instance, you want to know the exam date of a module. I ask, okay, now, this mathematics 1A, what's exam and time? It will provide me an answer. And the same answer will be given to anybody. And no student will say, oh, I get a different answer. So at this point, it provided a massive support to our educators. It reduced their workload. They maintain quality control by avoiding human errors or bias. Because I will tell you, when a student comes to you and one-on-one asks you one question, the explanation you give to that person, and another person come and ask another question again, will be different. Something different will be there. Because you are not automated machine. You might be accurate. Maybe you might add one thing extra to the first or the second students. The chatbot maintains consistency. In large online courses, chatbot can give consistent answer about assignment, deadline, grading policies, and others. We are talking about data-driven insights. AI chatbots collects and analyze students' interactions, identify learning gaps, common areas of difficulties. Educators can use these data to personalize instructions, improve student engagement, and academic performance. A chatbot can track student responses, can highlight which mathematical concept that needs additional in-class review. Chatbot has that capability in terms of analysis. Another one is just stress reduction. You as an educator or a student, sometimes students are anxious. When exam is coming like this, they need support. That's when some students will remember, oh, I don't know this topic. I don't know this thing. They become anxious. But now, introduction of chatbot in education reduces that stress. Why? Because students with your smartphone, you can say, okay, now, if once you remember what you don't know, you can chat with chatbot and they provide you an answer. You can be walking to your exam hall and chat, provide you an answer. So reduce that high pressure time. Instead of a student standing at your door trying to ask you a question, oh ma, oh sir, I'm trying to, can you help me? This is the chatbot will do that. It took away that stress that will have come to you as an educator, and it took away that anxiety that a student is experiencing. They help instructors, educators handle routine queries. Like for instance, if there's no chatbot, you and I knows that students will keep on working in office. Say, what time is our exam? What time is our exam? You keep on answering people, assuming you have 200 students in the class, and 50 people keep on coming to you. So this reduces the stress, especially during the exam period. So these are the few benefits. There are many. I'm just trying to bring the insights about chatbot, description about chatbot, what it can do, what you can use it for. Then comes to some questions we do ask. There are so many questions we do ask. Sorry, as I'm going, I would like, if there's any question, please, I can't see the chat. Yani, if there's any question on the chat.
Right. That's one question. Would you like me to ask for you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. How does one person, so let me see here. How is consistency maintained in the AI generated response? How do you track and prevent hallucination? The chatbot respond to different students and between query.
Like I said, chatbots maintain consistency.
Mm.
Know why? Like I explained from the beginning, you design this system. And when I talk about answering student query like exam period, I will come to you, ask a chatbot, I'm having this science subject today, what time is the exam? It will give you the time. And the same time it will give any other person. cannot change. If he's making a mistake, the same mistake you make to everyone. Remember, this is a design system. You've already designed. The data it's providing is what you train that system with. It is a system that, okay, just like you're asking somebody, what is your name? My name is Chinedu. And that's the answer I'll give you before. That's my name. So the chatbot now, if you provide that information, that's the same information is going to give out. There is no hallucination or anything on it. In terms of consistency, it is one of the strong aspects of chatbot. Strong benefits you can get from chatbot. If you want to maintain the same weight to all the students as an educator, you do what? It's just like sending out a communication to students through email. It's one communication. You send it to 100 students, they receive the same communication. So there is no changes on it. Sent into chatbot. Chatbot just like a channel. You input that communication to chatbot, it will distribute it to anybody that comes across.
Right. I have another question from the participant. Can I ask, please?
Yes.
So yeah, similarly, so this question asks, how much do students trust the chatbot answer, and who's responsible if wrong information is provided about, courses and prerequisites and incorrect interpretation of the course material? Quite a good question.
Thank you. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because now it has to do with bias in AI. It's one of the challenges we have in AI. See? Why we embracing AI, I'm still going to talk about that later, but let me just answer it. While we're embracing AI, we still need human support, critical reasoning from human. No, because now, yes, we say that AI is accurate. I totally agree. Why? Because it provides to you what you want it to provide. If that answer is wrong, which means the developer provide a wrong data to the AI. You see, AI works based on algorithm. And algorithm is a step-by-step process of doing things. So when you give it a wrong method, it will provide a wrong answer. And that's the reason when we are designing chatbot system, we test. There's a stage we call test, just like every other software. Why do we test before you broadcast? To ensure the accuracy, the quality of the information you are getting from it. So when a chatbot gave you a wrong answer, what it means, it is, assuming now you send the wrong information to students, it is the faculty responsibility. It is the faculty responsibility. It's not student responsibility. Because if you student with the wrong answer, which means the data you get to that chatbot was wrong. Yes. Like I explained before, for instance, you send out a letter and make a mistake on that letter, communication to students. You have to accept the responsibility. Look, the information here was wrong. This is what's supposed to be. Chatbot is a system and not a human being. Okay?
Okay,
hand.
that's a hand raised from, I think, Chung Jun Hong.
Hi.
Would you?
Yeah, is it okay if I ask the question or should I type it?
Yeah, go ahead. Please,
Okay.
please do.
Okay, yeah. So then maybe I can flip the question to how much should faculty trust the chatbot? And why I ask this is not so much for a very factual answers. If let's say I give instructions about the course prerequisites, I am expecting, I think with a pretty high degree of confidence, that those course prerequisites will be communicated to the students. All right, and so if I make a mistake, of course, I'm responsible for that. But if the student asks about lecture material and it was either covered very briefly, and so the chatbot is inferring based on other sources what the answer is, and that answer is wrong, I wouldn't even know that the student has asked this question. I wouldn't know where the AI has gotten its answer from. And then in that case, am I still responsible for the answer that it gave and to the student who then maybe misunderstood something later on? How much should we as faculty trust the chatbots?
Yes, thank you so much. This is an interesting question. You see, like I said before, chatbots is a system created to serve everyone. And before you roll out a system in an institution, it requires some key stakeholders' inputs. A system is not something you can just create and roll it out. No. If it's something that has to do with content that involve the lecturers, it is then required that the lecturers need to preview the content. If it has to do with administrative tasks, those administrators need to preview what it, assuming now that's because in terms of, okay, lecturing now, you see, you are lecturing mathematics, I was in lecturing physics. See? So when it comes to you focus on your subjects. What is there? Is it giving me the correct answer? You ask the same question in different ways and see what you get. That's what the stage will call testing when it comes to chatbots. And not only chatbot, any software application undergoes that. Assuming now you are running a company, you see, and like online shops, and you get a vendor that created your software, put the prices of your goods. You cannot broadcast that or send or publish that software without thorough examination of the content. Why? What if the developer or creator made a mistake in a price? And before you know it, consumers, when they see it, is this thing, before you know, they empty your warehouse. Similar to chatbot. Chatbot is meant to contain student content, learning content. You see, anything you are feeding the chatbot, anything any data you use to train the models, you must ensure that they are correct. Where am I going? Simple answer to your question is everybody takes responsibility. Everybody takes a responsibility. Therefore, if it has to do with lecturers, the lecturer need to look into it and see that, yes, all the contents are correct before you can release it to students. And you have to ensure that the same thing you tell students is what the chatbot contains to avoid that mistake. I don't know if I answered your question.
I think I have more questions now, but I'll hold off and give others a chance to ask. I think there are a couple more questions in chat.
Mm. Okay, I got it. Okay, here's another question here. How do you, maybe we ask one more question and let you go on with the lecture. So this question is, how do you ensure that the students are able to ask correct question? That is, the prompt needs to be very precise.
There is, you cannot, there is no, I won't say, or no one size fits all. You cannot tell students or users, this is the question you must ask. No. Like rule-based chatbots, if you ask a question, it doesn't have the answer, there is a predefined answer it will give you. That's not the correct answer because it doesn't understand what you said. But AI chatbots that stores some information, can analyze from the information and provide a related answer. For instance, if you go to ChatGPT and ask a question, the way it depends on your prompt. Your prompt depends, your prompt determines the answer you will get. So the way chatbot understand your question determines the answer it will give you. So in chatbot, there are some patterns, there are some keywords they need to get before you can extract your answer to you. For instance, when I talk about COVID, both, assuming a student walk in there, you are vaccinated, you are correct, and they made a mistake on your student number, it will give you a wrong answer. So as a user, you also need to be correct for you to expect a correct answer. As a user, the one thing we need to understand from AI is we need to align it with human critical thinking. That's the only way you can get the accurate answer. Everybody uses AI, uses chatbot, but we don't get the same feedback. Why I say that, I know I said before, chatbots are consistent. You ask the same question, you get the same answer. You ask a different question, you get a different answer. I wanted to distinguish before them. It is a consistent system. It provides the same answer to all if you ask the same question. So, that is it. So if I will continue, like what I said now, there's a question that says, how can AI be used in design education to foster creative thinking? We need to understand we cannot override on AI. We need to combine AI with our human thinking. And that's when we'll be able to control the AI. AI cannot control us. We control AI. It's an artificial intelligence. It doesn't control us, we can control it. So whatever we are doing with it, we have to align it with the reality. So another one say, how can AI chatbot be used for programming education? It's very simple. You can create an AI chatbot that teaches students programming. So in 2020, that's what I created during the COVID. Teaches them Python programming. You can teach anything. You can teach any subjects. What are the opportunities for using AI in education? We discussed that before. There are so many opportunities. Personalized learning, 24/7 usage, instant feedbacks, scalability. There are so many advantages, opportunities AI chatbot created. What are some strategies employed for AI chatbot to supplement human tutors in delivering instructions based on pedagogical best practice? See, the strategy is you need to design a system and also in line with the human critical thinking. Like what John Hong asked before. You see, we need to ensure that the AI chatbot delivers what it wants it to deliver. It cannot be giving students a different answer and you'll be given a different answer. In other words, while using this chatbot, we need to apply our human senses to be able to identify where there is a bias, where there is a mistake. Example of applications AI chatbot is nursing this thing. There is, if I remember, there's one NurseBot. There are so many AI chatbots it can use in healthcare. There was one of the chatbot I created called MedBots. What does it do? It collects diabetic patients' information and be able to book appointment for you and refer you to a physician. It's a question and answer. It will be able to tell you, oh, your case is acute. You see, based on that, it will refer you where the physician you need to meet. Similar to other patients. So many hospitals have a board. Patient doesn't come to sit now and wait. They log on to the assistant, they chat with the chatbot, make the appointments, and come straight to the hospital and meet their doctor. Similar to the one you can use for clinical interviews. Like what I explained now. You need to go to a doctor. You need to go and see a physician or a doctor. You can chat with their chatbot, know the available time for you. Chatbot will tell you, oh, 8 a.m. is already occupied. Chatbot will be able to advise you, this is your case. These are the people you can reach out to. So these are the functionalities of a chatbot that goes beyond academic learning to other aspects of life. So having said that, we look into challenges in implementing AI chatbot in education. While we are talking of the good aspects of chatbots, we need to understand that this is a system. There are some challenges involved in implementing it in an educational setting. First of all, technical limitations, misunderstanding complex or ambiguous queries. Like what we said before. In as much as this chatbot is consistent, how does it understand each query? Some people ask their queries in a very complex manner, and chatbot will struggle, especially if it's rule-based chatbot. With AI chatbots, yes, you use machine learning, NLP, natural language processing. It stores some information, can go back to the archive and retrieve some information for you. So misunderstanding those complex, ambiguous queries is a challenge. So when a question becomes complex or ambiguous, chatbot might not even understand it. That's a challenge. Yes, so research say high costs, initial costs. Yes, every system requires some money. I don't too much believe in high initial costs in terms of as a challenge. Because every investment, every system requires some money to develop it and maintain it. So if you don't have enough money for chatbot, you will not be able to implement it. One of the key challenges is privacy concerns. Privacy concerns. How the chatbot manage those informations collect from people. And you know, data privacy is one of the key concerns in every system. So when you are designing a chatbot, it must abide with the principles, data privacy policies. It can be a system that can expose, for instance, now you are designing a chatbot for healthcare system to manage or retrieve information for electronic health data. That's the personal information. You must design it in a way that it protects personal information. It cannot expose my health condition to you. It cannot expose your health condition to me. So that is a key concern in terms of implementing a chatbot. For instance, now, chatbot cannot give everyone's access to see each person's performance. You can only have access to see your own study activities. So resistant to adoption is a common thing to AI. We know, like Rogers says in the division of innovation theory, there are laggard adopters, there are late adopters, there are early adopters. There are people who doesn't want AI. There are people who want to do it the way they are doing it. That is what we call a bias, status quo bias. They don't want any changes. If you come to education now, people will tell you, no, they want to be doing the way they are doing it. It's also a challenge. And then dependence. Like when I talk about adoption, some may still want to do the traditional way they are doing things. Then risky over reliance on AI is a very big concern. Now you give students homework, assignment to do, they will go to AI to generate it. It affects thinking abilities, cognitive reasoning. It's a very big challenge. So students doesn't think and do their work, they rely on AI. So these are the concerns that when we are designing AI, we need to think about it. So Knowing these challenges, we ask ourselves, what can we do? How can we reduce these challenges? First, in terms of the technicalities, biggest questions, we need to use natural language processing. That's when the AI chatbot comes, bringing machine learning. Train them with a lot of patterns that once a pattern is identified, can give you at least an answer close to what you are asking for. In terms of costs, we need to develop cost-effective system that's affordable for everyone. In terms of data security, we need to implement strict privacy control, data encryption techniques, abide with data protection policies. In terms of resistance for the adoption, we need to create awareness. We need to conduct workshops, familiarize users on AI tools. Let them understand that this is a friendly tool, it's a user-friendly. So these are the things we need to do to reduce these challenges. Number one, blended learning. Yes, blended learning, we need to integrate, not only rely on AI. We'll still understand, we need to understand that, yes, as an educator, we still have some job to do. There are some things AI cannot pick. There are things we can pick as humans. Like when a student is struggling, learning ability. Yes, we know that there are, what do you call it? Analysis, you can understand some trends regarding students. But there are things we need to observe by ourselves to understand that, yes, this student needs support. There are students that are not outspoken. You need to observe them while you are in class. So if we can do some of these things, we can at least reduce these challenges. We need to understand that in everything there is a challenge. So let me move to some questions. See, some people asking what are the risks and the ethical issues with the use of chatbot, and how can we address it? Like I explained before, risks include data privacy concerns, bias in responses. When there's bias in the data, you get a biased response. Over-reliance on AI, which can be addressed by ensuring strong data protection policies, regular training chatbots on diverse bias aspects. Because when we are using chatbots is not, it needs updating. As things changes, as our curriculum changes, you need also to update the information the chatbot has. See? So somebody said, I'm interested in the possible trade-off to implement conversational AI in education. Yes, trade-off includes increased accessibility and personalized learning versus the potential loss of human connection and critical thinking skills, which can be integrated by use of chatbot to enhance, not to replace. Chatbot is a support, it doesn't replace human teacher-student interaction. It's very essential. So the third one said, how should educators assess student competence? Yeah, educators should assess their student competence by evaluating not only AI-generated outcomes, but also critical thinking, problem solving, and engagement with AI tools. For instance, now, when your students did an assignment, put it through the Turnitin, to generate a report, plagiarism report. But when it's got it, you may find out, okay, it picks even direct quotes, it picks on things that don't supposed to pick. So you as an educator have to use your critical reasoning to look at the outcome of the results from the AI. Implication of AI on the role of physical teacher. It's automate process, routine tasks, provide personal learning, real-time. We discussed that. Will students be able to think independently with AI chatbot? Yes. You need to make students, you need to ask students some provoking questions, some challenging questions that make them to think beyond AI. In future, what are the significant features of chatbot with improved learning? I said the key features that enhance learning include personalized feedback, real-time, adaptive learning capabilities. These are what we discuss on the functions of the chatbots. So the key features the chatbot needs to learn, understand. See. Then the last one says, I love to get some insights on the AI use policy for undergraduate assignments. We are on board with the increasing use of generative AI in writing assignments, but it seems we don't want medical undergraduates to just become prompt engineers. How can we straddle the line? Yes, it's a very vital question. See, we are not training our students to become prompt engineers, to rely on AI, for AI to think for them, to avoid students becoming prompt engineers. AI use in medical education can be guided by clear policies that promote critical thinking, creativity, evidence-based reasoning. See? Encouraging students to use AI tools to do the assignments. You need to make students also to think, not to totally rely on it. Otherwise, they end up being a prompt engineer. So sometimes you need to also ask those critical questions that requires human reasoning. That even if when AI receive it, it becomes an ambiguous question to AI. So I hope. So this comes to the end of our section 1, which is more of the overview of a chatbot, its functionalities, its benefits, its applications. I don't know if there's any question. You're muted. You're muted.
Okay, I just say no. So far, there's no new question. So please proceed.
Okay, thank you. So now we're going to run through about the creation and implementation of a chatbot. We're going to provide some insights how you can create a chatbot, the process, what it requires, and what you need to consider in creating a chatbot.
Sorry, Dr. Shenado, I think that's one question regarding the prompting. So probably interrupt you a bit. So the question is, could you say more about avoiding prompt engineering? I think it's valuable to ask for evidence-based answer, but then AI seem to be able to generate citation too.
Yes, but AI, you see, like I said before, we need to avoid students becoming prompt engineers. Prompt engineers are people that seek all their answers from the AI. As a result, we need to, the use of AI need to be guided by clear policies. See? That's why we have AI detection tools. Students need to understand that AI is for support. It's not to provide your solution to you. Use it as a support. Just like, for instance, when you are writing your thesis, your research papers, you make use of previous studies. You don't copy from them. You make their use, you use their words, you translate it on your own, you reference them. If you copy from it, turn it in, pick it up as a plagiarism, which means that what you are presenting is not your work. So there must be a clear policies that promote critical thinking. What do I mean by that? That ensure that what you are getting has some human contributions, not AI contribution. In other words, when a student pulls something from the AI, the person will be penalized. So there must be a policy that will guide the usage. There will be a policy that promotes creativity. Students need to think. If you don't have all those policies, if you don't want policies that make students to provide an evidence-based answers, then they cannot control it. They may end up being the prompt engineers. So what am I saying? Just like when I talk about the research, Turnitin help us to know when somebody copies another person's job, work. As we want to write a research paper, and you go and pick somebody's thing. Turnitin will be able to tell you this work is from this place. Similar to the use of AI, there must be a policy. Institutions need to implement AI detection tools. Be able to know that this work is generated 80% from AI. They need to know the acceptable range. AI should be a support and not solution giver. So we need to use AI responsibly. AI has come, we can't do about it. And we cannot stop anybody using it. But what you have to use it in a responsible way. Sometimes I encourage giving students more of project-based, real-world project-based activities where they will think creatively to resolve it. Not, you can't be, in this modern age, you can't be telling the students, go and define, go and discuss. Because you say define, then to go to AI and generate it. Discuss, they'll go, explain. See? Now we have to be thinking of using higher order thinking skills in terms of Bloom taxonomy. When you have to ask somebody to create, analyze, evaluate, you provide a scenario, students will find out something from that scenario. When you're asking students now to explain, generate, unless the student sits on a desk and be writing the exam, you give out a project, you give out an assignment and say, explain, discuss, they can end up with AI. And if you are not using AI detection tool, or you don't have a concrete policies, then they end up being prompt engineers. So in all, the well clear policies guiding the use of AI should be implemented so that our students will not end up as prompt engineers. I don't know if I clarify the question. So because of time, we need to move into this section. First, developing AI powered chatbot for education. Like I said before, for you to create a chatbot, the software applications, like I explained before, that's the process of creating a software application. There are processes we need to follow. For you to create a chatbot, the very first thing you need to consider is the purpose of that chatbot. What is it going to do? Which problem do you want to solve? Do you want to create a chatbot that answers student frequently asked questions? Do you want to create a chatbot that will, for tutoring? Maybe students are struggling in mathematics, let me create this chatbot to help them. Do you want to create a chatbot that will assist in administrative tasks? One chatbot doesn't solve the whole problem. So this is the first thing you need to define. What is the goal? What is the target? What do you want to achieve on your chatbot? In a medical scene, okay, you don't want people to be rushing, sitting down in the hospital. I want them to walk in during the appointment time. So you need to create a chatbot that enables them to book appointments. So once they walk in, they go straight and receive their right and see their doctor and go. So the very first thing you need to understand the scope, the purpose, the objective of that chatbot. Which problem? You have to know that chatbot is created to solve a problem. Which problem do you want it to solve? Yeah. So by the time you know that, now you think of which type of chatbot is suitable for this goal. Is it a rule-based chatbot? Is it what do you call it? AI-powered chatbot? Here, I want to tell you the rule-based chatbots are the chatbot that followed predefined rules. In program is if then else. If it is, then answer is A. If it's not, answer is B. If not this is what you will give. It's a rule-based. Respond to specific keywords or command. They are simple, predictable, best for handling straightforward tasks like answering frequently asked questions, or just basic customer support tools. These are rule-based. AI-powered chatbots, they use machine learning techniques, natural language processing to understand and respond to complex queries. They improve over time through data and can engage in more natural, dynamic conversations like ChatGPT. If you're asking ChatGPT question now, it keeps tracks of your question. Sometimes, if you ask him question based, National University of Singapore, next time you ask question, it will answer you on that line. Because now it's developed based on machine learning techniques. It can analyze the trends, patterns, and it can give you more, respond to more complex data. Another one is hybrid. Hybrid is combination of two of them. Chatbot can answer a rule-based, just a predefined question to answer you. Also, when it comes to critical question, complex question queries, can still answer you. These are the hybrid. So when you are thinking which kind of chatbot do I need to create? And this has to do with the problem you want to solve. Knowing that, you think of the platform. Development platform is just like a framework. Just like when you want to write program, you think of the language you want to use. Are you going to write on Python, C#, Java, all these programs? Similar to creating a chatbot, you have to understand which development platform am I going to use. There are Google Dialogflow, there are IBM Watson, there are SnatchBots, there are Rasa. There are so many frameworks. All of them, you can use it to create your chatbot. It depends on the one you are well familiar with. So now, after creating that chatbot, you think of how do you train the chatbot with the data. You have to feed the chatbot those response, those data you want is to provide whenever there's a conversation. You provide it to that chatbot. You can even connect a chatbot to a website if there is a need be. So these are the things you need to understand. You need to understand the design, conversational flow. How is this chatbot going to flow? Then, and also, you need to understand that make it user-friendly. What I mean by user-friendly, to be easy for students to use. And in terms of develop and integrate your AI capability, see, you need to implement AI features such as analysis, maybe sentiment analysis, speech recognition, or personalized learning. You need to integrate your chatbot with like other systems, like learning management systems. So all depends on what you want this chatbot to do. Everything has to be in line of what you want the chatbot to do. If the chatbot you want to create to answer administrative questions, most of the times you integrate it in the institutional website. Once you log on to your website, you'll see it. You can chat with it. And remember, whichever thing you throw in that chatbot, whichever information you gave, just like the question Jung Jin Hong asked, if you feed that chatbot with the wrong information, it will provide the wrong information. And that brings us to the tests. You need to test what you created. Ensure that it provides the accurate answers. Ensure that it's consistent. Ensure that it allows many users at the same time. When you are convinced that, yes, this is what you want this chapter, like now, for lecturing purposes, okay, this chatbot, my subject is well covered, this description is okay, and everything. See? So the things you need to ensure that they are correct. When you are convinced, yes, this chatbot is okay, then you launch the chatbot. What do I mean by launching it? You release it to the public. And doesn't stop there. Once you release it, you need to monitor it, collect data, analyze it, see what people are saying. Maybe there's something you did not see. People are complaining of. Then pick it up and improve it. So these are the processes of creating a chatbot. So going more practical, like I've explained this chatbot, I've explained these development platforms. These are platforms you can use to create your chatbot. All of them are similar frameworks. Use them for your chatbot development. So before I will go to step-by-step process of creating a chatbot, there's a question that says, what are the required skills to develop a chatbot? See? What are the required skills to develop a chatbot? So we are talking of chatbot development. There are some skills. You need to be creative. It's very basic. To develop a chatbot, skills in programming is required. Although some of the frameworks doesn't require coding, but that creative thinking is required. You see, where we are talking about having a prompt engineers. If you develop graduates that are prompt engineers, they don't use their thinking abilities. Because, for instance, there's a problem now, you have to think out of the solution. When you think out of the solution, then you'll be able to design that solution and implement it. And when you look at how to develop and deploy an AI chatbot to many students, to develop that to many students, it is essential to design a scalable chatbot. See? That can grant access to many students at the same time. You have to integrate AI tools for conversational capabilities, ensuring easy access platform. You have to look for the platform where you can deploy your chatbot, where students can have access to it. Is it their website? Is it your WhatsApp? Whichever place. There are many platforms where you can deploy a chatbot. So once you launch it, especially for student use, institutional use on It's your website, and to have access to it. And is the information provided by the chatbot truly academical, reliable? This is another interesting question. See, the information provided by AI chatbot can be academically reliable if they are trained on accurate, up-to-date data sets and are regularly monitored for quality. However, it is essential for educators to review and verify chatbot-generated content to ensure correctness, as seen with AI-driven outcomes. So you see, chatbot cannot work alone. AI doesn't work alone. It works in lines with humans. The information is accurate because the human confirmed that it's accurate. Otherwise, it might be biased. Do you have any question? Or we'll jump into the step-by-step process. I'll guide you through SnatchBots. So I've used it to create all my chatbots, and it's very user-friendly. So, do you have any question?
So far, no new question. So please proceed.
Okay, now we're going to look into the process of developing a chatbot. You see, if you follow this process, it's like a guide, you can create your chatbot easily. The practical process. I use SnatchBot's platform, but my intention here is to run it practical because this is what I used to create. I've created more than 10 chatbots working under this platform. But it seems that this platform is under maintenance, so I can have access to it. I'm going to explain a detailed, I provided a detailed process. If you want to create a chatbot under this platform, it's very easy. See, first of all, in every development platform, you need to create an account. And that's what gives you access. And you need to sign up. When you sign up, you log in. They provide you with username, password, everything, you log in. Then it will take you to dashboard. Your own dashboard personally. If you log into this thing, you cannot see my bots. When I log in, I'll see all my bots because they are personally under my dashboard. So the first thing is to create an account and you sign into that account. The next thing now is to create a new chatbot. How do you do that? If you look onto the menu of that framework, you'll see where I say create a bot button on the dashboard. One good thing in this platform is that when you log into that, say create a bot, it will provide you with a lot of templates. Want to create financial chatbot, medical chatbot, sport chatbot, whichever, different types of templates. What I mean by templates is just like a format. You can run it and see how it works. Then, if anyone is closely related to what you want to do, you can do what? You can make use of that template and do what? Edit it. So it reduces drastically coding. Especially when you want to design rule-based chatbot, where you can, some technicalities are required when you want to do AI chatbot. When you want to get into the machine learning models, you already have a machine model, different kind of models. But if it doesn't suit what you want, you have to create your own new model. So now, when you click on this create a bot, you require to fill the name of your bot, category, is it the educational bot, is it a customer service bot, is it a medical bot, you know what you want to create. You have to describe, you provide a description of that bot. Then, and the language you want to use. Remember when I said before, it allows you to use any language. Then once you complete this thing, you click create. Once you click create, it will create that bot for you. The bot does not contain anything, no. You cannot respond to any question, no, because you have not provided any information or data to the bot. Now you have to set up what you call conversations. In this platform, there are what you call interactions. You create the interactions. Each interactions contains some subjects, things it's supposed to do. But one advice I want to provide is, before you go on to create a bot, first of all, through that process I described before, try to know the goal, the objective you want to, then design the flow. Design the flow. It's a flow diagram of the bots. When you have the flow diagram, just like a blueprint on it, then you'll be able to know that this interaction connects to this. This one connects to this. It's all about linking different interactions together. Because now, when you created this bot and give it a name, you go to the setting. In that setting now, you go to bot flow, begin to create conversations. You can say the first conversation, greetings. Once you say hi, you provide the bot response. The bot can respond by say, okay, hi, as what is your name? You put your name, the bot will record it and greet you back with your name. Remember, a bot is just like an artificial intelligence that converses, a conversational agent. It relates to you as you are talking to a human. So the interaction now, you create messages that the bots will deliver when any question comes. It can be multiple choice, it can be an image, it can be a video, it can be an action, it can be to take you to a website. So it has to be as a well-designed flow. And after that, you come to step 4, where you configure the AI and natural language processing. This is where it's a bit technical, because now you have to go to the natural language processing, training the chatbot settings, making use of the models. Like when I talk about COVID bots, we have some models. One of the models will generate the numbers of students that are vaccinated. In terms of, remember what I said about COVID bots, is about the bots that take student number, check if they are vaccinated during the COVID or not. There's a model that will generate the names, or that keeps the number of students that are vaccinated. That's model that keeps those that are not vaccinated. So those records, you need to train your NLP models, provide the data they will generate. Also, you need to provide multiple ways users might phrase a question. In terms of chatbot requires you thinking and designing something artificial human being. Like now, when I talk about MedBots, MedBots is a chatbot that allows a patient to ask you a question. Diabetic patients, are you this? Are you having swollen leg? Are you having this? You are having this. From there, it was okay. Now your case is mild. Your case is acute. You need to see an expert. You need to see a trainee doctor. So all these things you need to design how the flow will be. Then when you finish creating your interactions, training the NLP models, then you can test. Even while you are creating the chatbot, anyone you create, you can test it. Just like you are writing a software program, you run it. Does it give you the correct answer? Doesn't give correct answer, you change. So in terms of creation of a chatbot, tell you, after creating it, you test. Use the taskbar test button on the right side of dashboard. You run it, it will respond to you. You ask questions from the one you created. If you get the response, fine, you continue. If the response is not okay, you can refine it. Then deploying your chatbot. With SnatchBot, you can deploy a chatbot to a website, to Facebook, to WhatsApp, Telegram, and other channels. Then at the end of it, you need to monitor the activities. You need to track the performance. You need to see the user interaction questions they ask, common questions, and everything. It will give you an idea to improve, to update. If you miss out anything from the interaction with the users, you'll be able to add. Like assuming if it's a chatbot to perform administrative tasks in school. From student questions, you will see if the chatbot covers it or not. Chatbot needs routine updating. It's not a thing you will just do and leave it. No, it needs routine updating to ensure that it provides the accurate answer every time. This is publishing. Publishing mean make your chatbot live. So, do you have any questions there?
So far there no new no new question.
So this detailed process on to creating chatbot on these SnatchBots, you can easily create your chatbot. Remember, I said there's a template that can guide you. So I have the question here: what will be changed from AI chatbot? Any suggestion to make these changes in education to be a good change? the question from. A lot of things can be changed. AI chatbot could be improved, so, by enhancing their ability to understand context, promote critical thinking, and avoid simply providing answers. Like I said, when you deploy your chatbot, you monitor the interaction, you monitor the queries, you'll be able to find the area of improvement. That's how most of AIs, even software applications, operates. Needs arises every day. Revamp occurs in institution every time. So with that, see how where the major improvement AI chatbot need is to how can you make AI chatbot to understand every context and promote critical thinking. Thank you. So the second question, how to better use AI for education and assessments. To better use AI for education and assessments, it is important to combine AI-driven feedback with human oversight. You cannot, if you rely totally on AI, end up being that prompt person. But you get the feedback, you match it with also human understanding to ensure you get the correct and accurate answer. Doing that, you also incorporate adaptive learning models to adjust content. Like content, difficult content. So AI education and assessments need to work together with the feedback from AI and the human understanding. I think okay, we're getting to the end. Then we'll talk about future of AI chatbots in education. One is adaptive learning system, AI that can dynamically adjust teaching strategies based on student performances. With AI chatbot with analytical capabilities, be able to analyze student performance. And with that, you will need to adjust your teaching strategies, develop a new teaching strategies to suit that student's learning capabilities. AI chatbots support multimodal interactions. It can incorporate voice, it can incorporate visual aids for richer experience. It can use videos. All these things, there are improve student learning experiences. There are people who understand well on tests. There are people who understand when they are in class, voice from the lecturer. People who understand visually or video. So all these things, there's a chatbot can incorporate all this to enhance the learning experience. Full integration of AI tools for personalized and collaborative learning. Like AI, when we talk about AI-Chatbot, it provides personalized learning. It enhances education. See, we've discussed a lot of the benefits, we discussed the capabilities and everything. Having the chatbot in the classroom will improve learning abilities, therefore enhancing education. With AI, like chatbot, it provides global access to education, bridging the digital gap to make quality education accessible worldwide, irrespective of where you are. So these are the future trends we're expecting in education. Now there's so many online learning that be in Singapore, attending a class in US. It doesn't need their physical presence there again. The question is, are you dedicated, committed to learn? With AI tools, you can learn. The AI chatbots can have access to all the materials. So these are the few visual AI chatbots in education. It promotes adaptive learning, multimodal interactions, AI-powered classrooms, and global access to education. So we've come to the conclusion of this presentation. I don't know if there's anybody that has a question. Is there any question on the chat?
Okay, so far no. So far no. All right, let me check. There's no new question on the chat. There was previously a question regarding the chatbot, available chatbot in US, and I managed to respond to the chat. So the answer of what we have the platform to create AI chatbot is in US is the AI Know. So we have the feature called AI Know, and all the staff in US can access to it, and you can go there. It's based by, I think, ChatGPT, and although student cannot access the AI Know, but after you create the chatbot, you can make it public. So I think student can access it. So that would be the response that I provide to one of the participant. Okay, so that's about previous question.
All right.
But so how about another question from the participant? Any more questions? So I check again. So let's see. I think so far no question. So I think I'm also aware of the time, and thank you very much, Dr. Chenedu, for such a wonderful.
Conclusion. Let me just
Okay.
conclusion.
There's a question from the.
Chatbots are
Right.
shaping education by improving accessibility, personalized learning, and streamlining administrative processes. Despite challenges, they offer immense potential for transforming education systems. Thank you. So in going home, how does AI in education is not just about replacing traditional methods. It's about enhancing and complementing them to prepare students for a dynamic, tech-driven feature. It doesn't take out the traditional way. It just provides a support. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for such a wonderful talk. And I think we have a clear understanding about what is the chatbot and what is the benefit and also the process of creating one. And the summary also quite clear. So thank you so much for that. And I think I also agree with you that the use of AI or chatbot is not just to replace humans. So we use as a supplementary to make it the teaching and learning more faster and more effective. So it's not replacing the teacher. I think I like to emphasize that as well. Okay, so I like to also look through again, check again if there is any question. Check the chat again. So I think okay, right. So it's no question. All right. So probably we come to the end of the webinar, and Prabshanadu, could you stop sharing the screen, please? So I will ask Chawan to share another last screen. Okay. So again, what Dr. Shanadu has provided for this today's session, we'll have a recording and then we upload to the website. And if you have any question, you can contact us. So this is the QR code that you can go to our website. On the right side is the QR code from our social media platform. And for the left side is the feedback from today's session. So I would ask a participant, maybe you spend a few minutes to scan the QR code on this website and spend a little time for a few minutes just to respond to your question. And so we know what we can do to provide a better or, another seminar in the future. Okay, so that's for feedback. And today I feel it's already excellent, presentation, but I'm still receiving the comments. Okay, and there's also advertisement for the next webinar by Dr. Eng Tat, who will talk about AI-powered virtual augmented mixed reality and immersive learning. Okay, so the date to be confirmed is supposed to be April 2025. Okay, so yep. So back again to the feedback. So please spend time doing that. All right. I'll check again if there is any last burning question. Okay, so that's a thank you message from Dr. Chang regarding the presentation. You're welcome. Thank you to Dr. Chenedu again. All right. So if there's no question, I'd like to end the seminar today. And thank you very much, everyone, for attending this webinar. So hopefully, if you have questions, feel free to contact us with the website. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, have a great day. Have a wonderful day. Dr. Chenedu, thank you so much.
Thank you
for the wonderful, presentation. And I hope you can continue with the sleep because now it's maybe like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Goodbye, Dr. Shanedo, and goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, got message from Jeffrey. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending seminar. Hope to see you in the next one. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jeffrey, talk your best. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Edith. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you for the next webinar. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.